Hi, it's Megan. I wanted to do a quick review on the Hourglass Diffused Heat Ambient Lighting Blush, in Mood Exposure. So Mood Exposure is this color. That's maybe my eye. It is, according to Hourglass and Sephora, a soft plum color. And so you can see what they have here. They call it a micelliare technique, which is basically, I guess that's how you mix in Italian, where they're basically baking in a blush and a highlighter. So I've tried a couple of the blushes already, and then I've noticed that if you see the highlighter, the two I tried before had kind of a gold undertone. This one right here is definitely kind of a pink undertone, and then you have the plum blush mixed in with that kind of peach highlighter. What else should I say? So right now they're available for VIBs on Sephora's website. They're sold out on Hourglass's website. They're going to be available to everyone on February 21st, and they are a permanent part of the collection. So just because they're sold out now doesn't mean they're going to be sold out forever. So it's supposed to be kind of a mix of kind of a pigment and highlighter and, you know, the whole thing going on there. Really pretty. So they're very soft. I had dropped another one actually on concrete. Not this one, but another one. I dropped it and it kind of bounced right when it arrived, and I was horrified because I thought, oh great, you know, I just got this great new blush and there goes that. It survived intact. Having said that, when you do kind of play around with them, they're soft. They're soft, they're pigmented. I find though that they're very creamy when they go on. So I've got dry skin. Something that's too powdery sometimes just kind of sits on top of my skin because it's so dry. These don't go on like that at all. Much as they powder up a little bit, not a lot. You can see it's not all that kind of powdery in the pan. Much as they powder up a little bit, they don't powder up all that much, just a touch. I find they're also very pigmented. I'm light toned, and I've seen a bunch of reviews kind of online as well, and it seems that they do vary somewhat shade wise depending on your kind of colors to begin with, your coloring to begin with. So I've got a warm undertone, I think, because I've got more yellowish based skin. And I wasn't sure about this, but I was very intrigued by the plum because for the first time last year I bought kind of a purplish toned blush, and I found that with a lot of my lipsticks that had a purple undertone, which I do wear, I wear purples because I've got blue eyes and they really highlight blue eyes. They're also great with brown eyes, green eyes, a bunch of other colors. Just a really like eye-popping sort of shade. Purple on the face is just incredibly flattering if it's not too purple, and I found this was not too purple. So you've got kind of a pink undertoned highlighter, and then you've got the plum blush. And I have outdoor swatches so you can see the actual color. I do have something in my eye, I'm sorry about that. I put it on my cheeks. This I found actually, as much as this color, well, I guess it does look like the pan, I found this was less pigmented than the other two I tried on, so I did pile it on a little bit more with the others. And then I also put it on my eyes because once you mix a blush with a highlighter, for me that's like automatic eyeshadow, because it's something that's gonna, with my eye shape and color, it's just gonna open up my eyes. And I'm also a huge fan of 1 minute makeup. Like anything I can throw on to get out the door, I'm gonna try to take advantage of. So I do not have any other highlighter on. I don't have bronzer on. All I have is kind of the blush, a little bit of black eyeliner on the upper waterline, mascara, and then some lip gloss. And I'm gonna do two lip looks, and I'll explain why in a minute. So you can see how pigmented the color is, and it doesn't look kind of grossly purple. It works. I found a lot of these, they lean to warm. This one leaned a little bit more to cool, but they were kind of more in the middle of the spectrum as opposed to being either extreme, if that makes any sense, which made them more wearable for me since I'm kind of more in the middle anyway. But I like the way the color looks on my cheeks. It's a natural plum and it's a wearable plum. What surprised me about the color is I swatched it on my arm and I'm like, wow, you know, that's more pink than I thought. So when I was going to put a lipstick on for this video, I thought, well, why don't I do kind of a, not a full plum, but maybe kind of a pink purple mix. Did not work at all. So I had to start over again, and I thought, okay, it's not quite as pink based as I thought. As much as on my arm it looks really pink based, I guess on it maybe has almost a little warmer tone than it looks in the pan, or when I swatch things on my arm, I do find that they look different on my face for whatever reason sometimes. So it looks very cool toned, but it's not quite as cool as it looks. It does really, the texture, the way that it applies is very much like the ambient powders from Hourglass. They last about 8 hours. This lasts about 8 hours on me. I do get some fading, but not a lot. It lasts beautifully. What else should I say? I think that's pretty much it. The lipsticks is the only other thing. I was shocked that the lipstick I initially wanted to put on didn't work. So I did kind of a sheer, this is actually green mauve, and that works pretty. So the mauve kind of concept of pink and purple mixed together I think is quite right with this particular blush, but it does lean more, a little bit more to the purple than toward the pink. Then I took a lipstick, and I'm going to show this right now. It's not going to be applied perfectly, but this is a dark plum. And this is kind of one of the tips I've learned this year, which is when you're going to do a strong lipstick, especially something kind of in the darker plums, veering to the blacks, those extreme colors that are, you know, a little bit more bold even than a red, you do need a blush that's strong and that can stand up to it to balance out your face. So that's one thing this blush is really great for, and that's why I wanted to do the super nude lip with just a gloss to show that it works with a very natural look, but it also works when you're doing a really dramatic look with kind of a bold lip. That's what I like best about this blush. So what I like about it, it can handle a very natural look, and with my kind of blue eyes and yellow toned skin. Someone told me yesterday it was olive when I was at a salon, which with blonde hair and blue eyes you wouldn't think, but my skin's actually darker and more yellow than someone with my other features normally has. This holds up really well. I'm warm toned, this is a little bit cooler tone. It still is very flattering on me. It holds up to the stronger lips if you want a blush that can kind of, you know, do that balance of your face. And then I really like Hourglass's formulas. It blends beautifully. It comes on less pigmented than the other two I have, but you can see how with very little effort it just makes for this beautiful finish on your face, and that I think is truly exceptional. So I'm liking the formula. I am an Hourglass fan though, so I'm not completely impartial. This color is a hard one for me to find just kind of in general ranges. It's very distinctive. It's what I was looking for. Not everyone will feel the same way. If you never wear purples, you never wear plums, obviously this isn't for you, but it's a really distinctive, unique shade, and I love it. So I think that's it. If anyone has comments, I would love to hear them. If they have this blush. I've also seen online that sometimes these blushes look very different on people based on different complexions. I'd love to hear that feedback, suggestions for their videos. Subscribe on YouTube, and I am writing a novel on YouTube called Masks, which is about makeup and the masks we wear and all that. And I think that's it. Thanks for watching. Overall, I am liking this particular line. I'm liking these blushes, and I find this to be a very distinctive, unique, usable shade, but perhaps less universal than the other two I tried.